Hello and welcome to my Bolt Action 8th Army vlog number 3. It shouldn't be a too long a video, but I've always said for this, for those of you who've seen the previous videos around the 8th Army stuff, I said it was going to be a bit of a slower grow than some of my other projects. It was something I wasn't originally intending to do until next year really, but I did have a little bit of spare time, and not loads of time, but I can airbrush things generally really quickly, and I really was itching to do a bit of a tester model and make sure that the scheme I was going to use worked out okay. So I painted one of the trucks from Rubicon. If you want to see what's in my army, or most of what's in my army, please go back and check out vlogs number 1 and 2 when I talk about what this project's about. But I thought it took me about 2 hours in total, I think, and I had a little bit of time. I didn't fancy painting any epic scale Americans from American Civil War, which I'm doing a lot of work on at the moment. I've been building Smaug, something completely different scale, huge the other end. Really fancy just doing some airbrushing work and weathering stuff up, and I hadn't done anything like that for a while for any of my personal stuff. So thought, sod it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my test scheme and see how it goes. So, and here we are, here's the finished model. Hopefully that's showing up all right on the camera. I will post up a couple of stills as well as part of the video. I've decided to use scale 75 paints. I think I shared on the previous vlog that I picked up one of the Warfront boxes, the British 8th Army one. And I was thinking about how to go about doing it, whether I want to do any pre-shading or just build up. I decided to sort of build up to a lighter colour, and I went with something very, very simple in the end. I went for a black prime. The first paint I used was the Dark Earth in the 8th Army set, and then the next layer was the Warfront Camo Grey, and I'm just kind of building up, leaving a little bit more dark each time. I tried to not go full-on modulation style painting. I didn't want it to look too unrealistic. I do like to paint like that, especially with some of the fantasy sort of stuff I do. So the next layer was the camo yellow sand, and then the highest highlight is sand yellow. So I used those 4 colours over a black prime essentially, and built up. And then after that I sealed with a gloss varnish, and I was able to put some oils on then. Let me just grab those for you and I'll show you which oils I used in the process. So continuing with the Scale 75 brand, they have their pre-mixed oil washes. I use a lot of oil washes. I mix my own a lot of the time, but I did pick up a set of these and they are quite nice. So I used grease, and essentially after the gloss varnish, I applied the decals before this and then sealed the decals afterwards. There's only a couple. There's a Desert Rat one there, and a sort of serial number on the side. I wasn't 100% sure where to put them, so I went with some of the images I could find around box art and things. But anyway, I used the Oilworks grease, a bit of a pin wash, so around the areas into the recesses and things, wait for it to dry, and then wipe most of it away, buff it off, just leaving those darker areas in there. Gives you a bit of shadow, but also looks like built up grease and things. So the next product I used after that, I did paint the tyres then in a very, very simple Scale 75 matte black, and again stuck with Scale 75 because it's super matte and that looks really good for the rubber. And then once that had dried, I gave a matte varnish to get rid of the gloss effect for the protection before the oil washes, and then use this stuff. Now I normally would stick to oil washes and things and pigments, but I thought I'd try out the AK Dust and Dirt Deposit set, and this is the sand yellow, and I just sort of applied that in patches around where I thought that the sand would build up, and you can just about see that on here. You can definitely see it on the tyres because I completely covered the tyres and then wiped it off afterwards, and that gave a nice sort of layer of sand to build up. I did add a little bit more dust just with dry green earth, which seems a strange colour to use, but it's very white when you take it out of the pot, and dusted that over as well. And then there are very few rust areas using good old-fashioned. This used to be from a company called Model Mates. Someone else has bought it now. Really, really nice stuff, but use the rust from these. That's an enamel-based one, the same as the AKA stuff. I will do a little tutorial on it actually. I've decided that it's a nice size model for me to record a full tutorial, so at some point when I have time I will sit down and repeat the process that I've done, just described quickly there, and record a full tutorial. But hopefully you guys have got a bit of an idea about how I went about it, and hopefully you like it. I'm quite pleased with the outcome. Hopefully the colours are showing up okay in the video. A couple of things. I added a screen, so the Rubicon models don't come with perspex screen. I didn't want it to completely empty. Didn't mind the side windows being open, but I wanted something that I could get all the dust and sand to look like it had blown up and make it hard to see out of. So I actually used some some clamshell box, and I'll just put a couple of images up now, stills there, just showing you what I did. It's like 3 or 4 pictures there, just to show you. Again, when I record the full tutorial, I may well show you how to do that, but essentially it's just before I put the roof on, and you've got to leave it off a little bit to paint your driver anyway. It's just cut out a rectangle that super glued on the inside, and I glued it after I did my initial airbrushing. Otherwise you'd have to mask off the area, and it's easier just to glue it in afterwards. But hopefully that looks like dusty, dirty glass, which is what I was going for. But anyway, that's all I've done, and I've got a lot of other things to do as well. So those of you who are waiting for the bolt action videos, please do be patient with me. I am super excited about doing this project, and I wanted to get another short video out to show you that I am still doing it. But it is, it is a slow grow thing, and I think the next thing you'll probably see is I'll get some new toys that arrive in June. I ordered my Bren Carriers box. I think that comes with some pre-ordered American Civil War epic scale stuff, which will be out sometime in June. So there'll be an unboxing of that, and there will be a tutorial video of painting one of these coming soon, and then I'll probably have a go at painting the first lots of inventory. So stuff coming up soon. I'll put a couple more stills up at the end now, just so you can see what this looks like without me moving it around if it's going in and out of focus. But thank you very much for watching the channel, watching the video. If you're new to the channel, please have a look at the other videos that are on there. There is lots of epic battles, American Civil War stuff. There will be more and more bolt action stuff over the coming time, and there'll be other things as well. A lot of historical stuff, but I will dip into potentially anything that takes my fancy. So please like, share and subscribe and all that stuff, and I will catch you soon.